Sandra here again, and today we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow at our church. So I have one zucchini left, and I'm going to shred it up. And there's several ways you can shred your zucchini. You can use the mandolin. That's a newer thing, and just grate it. That takes a while, but you can use it. You can use one of these here, old-fashioned graters that works really good too. And actually, I think it works better than the mandolin. Or you can do it the quick and easy way that I did it the other day, but only if you have one. This is not a real new one, but it's a food processor that grates. And I started off with a whole cucumber, sliced it in quarters, and then I take the seeds out, and then I just sliced it into strips for that. And here goes. This is by far definitely the fastest to do it this way. All I need is a cup, so I'll get the rest of this out of here. Then I've got a cup, and then after I get all done making the zucchini bread, I'm going to finish doing it, and then I'll freeze what's left. So I only need a cup, so we're going to set this here aside. And the mandolin shredded a lot smaller than this one shredded it. I could have put a smaller blade on it and done it smaller, but it don't need to be that small. So we'll just put it in here until we got it up to the cup. I pack it down and that's a good cup. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. We're right at about a cup. Okay, now, like I say, I'll freeze the rest of that later, but right now I'm going to go ahead and make, this here shredded it smaller than that did also. But you can use anything you want to get it to shred it up. You don't have to have anything really expensive to shred with. My mom actually bought this at a garage sale probably 30 years ago. It's probably one of the first food processors that they made. And so, yeah, do it however you need to. So we're going to start off by putting in our dry ingredients. And we're putting in a cup and a half of almond flour because we're making this keto. At church, I like to try to make stuff that's keto so that the people that is either diabetic or on a keto diet can have an alternative that they can take instead of having to feeling like, oh, I want to have dessert. So I like to try to make sure. So I'm going to do the zucchini bread, and I'm also going to make pumpkin custard for our church potluck. I mean, everything else, it's potluck Thanksgiving dinner. So then I put in a half a cup of monk fruit, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and about a half a cup of pecan pieces, and that's about all I got left in the bag, so we're going to just dump it all in. It's close enough. That's you can put more in, less in. It really doesn't. It's not real particular. Quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of. It says liquid stevia. I'm using the pure regular stevia, the straight stevia. Then we're going to stir this before we add our wet ingredients. I could have used my homemade green stevia that I took off of the plant, but I had some of the store-bought stevia here, so I'm just using that today. So now it calls for 6 eggs, which is, if you're using liquid eggs, whole eggs, it's be a cup and a third. So I got about a cup and a third here. And then I need a half a cup of oil. It calls for coconut oil. I just am using some lard that I had. And stir this in. I've made this one other time and it turns out pretty good. A lot of things that you make gluten-free as well as keto, because you're not using white flour, a lot of it turns out drier. But anytime that you're using like zucchini or applesauce cakes, things like that, that puts moisture back in, so it makes it so it's not dry. It's just banana bread, although bananas isn't really keto, so neither is applesauce. But it's I'm doing a tablespoon of lemon zest. Actually, I use lime because I have a lemon food sensitivity, so I use lime in the place of it, and that's fine for me. But most people would use lemon, and that's fine. Can't really tell the difference in your cooking. So there, it's all ready. And what I did is I got my bread pan here, and I like to use parchment paper in it, and it helps me lift it out. So when it gets done, all I have to do is lift on the 2 sheets and it pops right out. So we'll put it in our bread pan. And then I'll stick this in the oven at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. It takes it a while to cook because of the zucchini and stuff, and it's got to dry a little bit. So we'll put that in at 50 to 60 minutes and then it'll come out and it'll be really good to eat. So that's about it. Monica, is there something I forgot to mention? If you like what you see, like it and share it and subscribe. Yeah, you can find more on Natural Green Creations. And it was good being here with you again, and I've got a lot more work to do, so I better get at it. I'll talk to you later.